It's in my notifications. I love how it's marked important as well. Because it knows I'm more likely to open a Steven vlog than most other notifications I get. Oh, so this is what I reacted to earlier. The story of the only unbeatable Pokemon team, as well as its sequel video. Well, then it's good that you weren't here earlier. Oh, and DoorDash. So that I can keep an eye on my food while we're watching this. Come on, DoorDash. You're considering getting a tournament finals from last year for a reaction. Can you get the VGC Masters finals for this year? Because I haven't watched that yet. And and if you link me that, I'll watch it after the Steven vlog tart video.
Hello. I found a recipe for a lemon ricotta nectarine tart, and it sounded really good. And I couldn't find nectarines at the farmer's market, so I'm making it with peach.
Nectarines are basically peaches. Sort of.
And it has this
Grandpa, no.
pistachio strudel on it.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. A little extra.
Sorry, the front of that package. I don't know how I feel about the word nut meats. So what's the gist of the recipe?
Puff pastry,
What?
ricotta mixture.
Oh, my knee. Oh, my knee.
Peaches.
Oh, my knee.
The ricotta mixture has the lemon, that's where that is. And then this pistachio mix goes
Oh,
on
I've been
top.
sitting too long.
These need to be crushed.
Nut meats, yes.
Into the bag goes butter.
Butter. Flour? Yeah. Brown sugar. Honey. Kosher salt.
This is what it recommended doing. It said put it in a bag and use your hands to combine it.
Yeah, no, that makes
I don't
sense.
know if this is how I would do it.
Lemon juice.
Man, I really love the smell of lemon juice. I don't know why.
That's a really weird thing to like, Stephen George. I swear to God.
Maybe it reminds me of lemonade?
This is 4 ounces of cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
Lemon cream cheese.
Fourth? Yeah.
Ricotta is so weird.
I agree.
Super weird. How many eggs?
My dasher is already
Two
there,
total, but
and
one
the
right
food's
now.
not even ready yet.
Oh.
What the fuck?
One is an egg wash for later.
Okay, one is the delay egg.
Divided.
Yeah.
Can't they not invent a better container? Like, it's always gross on every container, every brand.
Sucks to suck.
The ricotta is in. So the tart's basically ready.
I haven't even cut the nectarines or peaches yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about those.
I'm supposed to add a 4th cup of sifted flour, but I don't have a sifter anymore.
Dude,
'cause
like
it got
like 90% of this channel is him and Mal looking or talking or eating food.
rusty, so we threw it away. So we're not doing sifted flour. Carefully pinch a quarter of the edges to create a lip.
Like, there is an
This is the
unspoken
second
rule.
egg.
Do not, under any circumstances, watch Steven vlog while you're hungry.
Also makes it shiny.
It's nature's shine.
I'm looking out because I have food already on the way.
Your shoe polish. Yeah, it looks like a picture frame. And you're about to do like food art.
This is why I should have done the peaches before I started that. 'Cause now I
Yeah,
can do
probably.
peaches.
Did she forget the number one rule to, like, prepare all of your things,
Oh my god, that's really good.
like, at the same time?
Oh man, you can get a peach that's not quite ready. That's perfect. Ooh, it's gonna be a good tart.
Thank you, DoorDash.
See, it's like stickier than I want it to be. So I'm just gonna kind of break it into chunks, I guess.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure it tastes good,
Yeah.
but I
I think this could use more flour maybe to dry it out.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was the case. Ooh, bye. So how long on that?
30.
All right, cool. Ooh, look at that. Does it need to rest?
It does.
I don't know if they've shown it on Breakfast Stream, but it's really weird seeing their bookshelves emptied. Like, I have a picture
How does
in
it taste?
on Discord, but like, damn.
It's very good.
Didn't get a lot of the peach, but everything around it is good. It's pretty tasty.
I haven't had a tart in a long time.
Also, I heard
Pistachios.
voices, and I didn't look to see who they were.
Like, I need to.
Did you know Domino's best deal is
It's good. It's one of those things. Me and Jeff were talking about, like it's not a flavor combination I would have thought to put together. It's not bad,
I'm not sure.
but it is different. It's good though.
It's very, very good.
I'm glad you got to make this because you got real excited when you saw it,
It's probably
just because it was different.
pistachios with honey vanilla and some other stuff.
If anyone wants to try making this themselves, I'll put the recipe in the description.
Did he actually remember to put the recipe?
I know anyone watching this video is
He
like,
did.
what's happening with the house?
We'll get there.
That room's packed up. And a lot of the games are not on the shelves. It's happening. We'll have more to talk about soon. It's a story.
From what I remember, they have till the end of September, so... If any cooking stream when my kitchen is not a horrendous shamble. Oh, God. You know what I forgot to do when we switched to reacting again? Switch the category to just chatting. Vinny cleaning stream went, no. Absolutely not. There is way too much stuff for me to be comfortable showing it. That's why my vlog is like never in the kitchen. Like ever. I want this.
That VGC.
And before I play that, I do want to show this. Where is it? I forwarded it to Nikhil. Here it is. Why are you opening in that one? Yeah, here's Stephen and Mel's GameCube shelf. Empty. It's crazy. Please let me watch this. I normally watch this live, but I was busy this year.
Masters finals match. Let's hear some noise if you guys are excited to see this game.
Thank you so much, everybody, and welcome to the Pokemon World Championships! My name is Rosemary Kelly, and I'm joined by Aaron Cybertron Zhang, and we are getting so pumped to bring you through our final match of the evening, the Video Game Championship Masters Finals.
Anaheim, let's do this!
Yeah, so normally normally I will watch the final day, all of them live, but I was busy. What day was that?
That would be incredible. We are
Oh God, what day was that? The 18th ish. Okay, I'm not opening it on stream because I don't want to accidentally dox my location. 17th, Sunday the 17th, right? I was at work during it, so I didn't get to watch it live like I normally do.
here in this Anaheim arena, as well as just in Anaheim, California, and around the world with this year's Pokemon World Championships, and it has been quite the journey.
Do you know the general teams at least? Nope.
How it all started on Friday, we had just 370 Masters Division trainers that entered into the convention center and battled it out to make it to this moment.
I think I watched some of Saturday, but that's it.
This tournament in particular has felt so difficult. We saw all three of our international champions, heavy favorites to win this entire tournament, get knocked out early on. Not a single one.
I know there was a lot of Calyrex. I know there was a lot of
Only two players that stand with team compositions, but I think people maybe didn't put a lot of respect.
I forgot what the other big one was.
Up till this point, we were looking at the Pokemon World Championships and how dominant Miraidon has been as the premier
Oh yeah, definitely.
Pokemon from Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. But I think our finalists in
Definitely at least the internets.
something to say about that with Koraidon
Regionals, it depends on when they get scheduled.
Championships.
But definitely the internets would be fun.
Just that, USA has officially won the World Championships in all three age divisions. Let's hear it, yeah, come on. Rose, do you know the last year that's happened in VGC?
2016.
That's right, almost one whole decade ago, USA is so back, and I think that's actually a big deal because coming out of the North American International Championships this year, people are like, hey, where's America at? Here we are at World showing up.
Where's America? Where's America?
As we get ready
Finally
for
here.
the finals.
I do remember seeing Giovanni win the his spot in the finals.
We'll have a new U.S. World Champion. Who's it gonna be?
Oh yeah, that's right. This is Nate, isn't it?
Let's play some good Pokemon, but I'm gonna play better.
I don't remember if I saw James get his spot, but I do vaguely remember watching Giovanni. Also, USA! 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 I'm not surprised. You know what really disappoints me about Nate, though? Is that the direction he was given for the Dragon Ball songs that he did officially. Because they made him, like, nerf the shit out of his voice.
Please welcome Giovanni Siski!
Did they announce what next year is already? Or did they do it at the end of this? I don't remember. Chase Center Arena in San Francisco. Okay.
Just going like this. How are you feeling?
I feel like I knew that already. So either somebody told me or I saw it be announced.
Pokemon competitive history, it just means a lot to me to be back here again, which is something not a lot of people can say.
I don't remember who you are.
Do that, so it just means a lot to me.
It was leaked 2 years ago.
How this is gonna go, win or lose.
I remember them announcing multiple years together, and I just didn't remember.
How does it feel to be standing on this arena stage right now?
It's a surreal experience. I've had so many people support me
Okay.
like this.
Is there an age limit
this point now.
on
through
the
all
Masters division.
And I'm incredibly grateful for all of you that have been there every step of the way for me. And I hope to go chill for you guys.
I'm gonna move chat over to this. There is no upper age limit. Excellent. That means I still have a chance. I would like to get.
I think the tempo in this match.
I know I have like a lot of
So just watch out for that.
a lot of competition, but I would like to be in at least top eights.
The most important thing you're gonna have to keep in mind for this match is
Winning.
Winning.
all right. We can't wait to watch you play, so we'll have you take your seats. And there are some important special guests on the floor with Gabby. Let's check in with them.
Thank you so much, Anna. I'm here with Kian and Kareem, who are supporting Gio and James. But you know, Kian, one of the time-honored traditions of a video game Masters finalist is preparing for the match. But I've heard that James and Gio went to dinner together last night, and you were there. So tell me, was that a tense meal?
You've played for almost 20 years and have no tops to your name.
Everyone was just trying to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the moment of
It's a lot of stiff competition.
Able to share that moment. Now tell me a little bit about Gio's.
I love the little good luck Landorus.
we worked tirelessly overnight. We stayed up super late and then even worked a little bit before this to make sure that he was all prepared for this most important match of his life, to be honest.
Do you think he got enough sleep?
Oh, he most definitely got enough sleep. We worked hard for him. So
Players are only getting, yeah.
today.
Awesome. All right, Kareem, what about James? Was he up to the wee hours of the morning practicing as well?
I know that James was practicing a lot with our
So-
friends Joe and Brady, and all three of them are all just excellent players.
So my big thing is that
I'm not sure how long
I jump the gun a lot.
definitely put him through the ringer for testing for this match, and I'm very
I do
confident
love
in
Mimikyu.
all of their prep together.
Now, Kareem, you've mentioned that you've known James for a really
Um,
long time, and that having been on this stage yourself, this is a really big moment to be a part of for James. Do you have any
I completely lost my train of thought.
anything you want to say to him before he gets started with this match?
Really, just that James has always been such an amazing, dedicated person. Anything he wants to get done, he gets done. He's very determined, and I have no doubt that this is going to be the same deal.
I am gonna have to go get my food in a minute because it is approaching.
Thank you so much. Kian, do you have any words of advice, encouragement, anything you want to say to Gio before he starts this match?
It's hard to pick like one thing to say, but Gio's
Oh, I jump the gun a lot, so I probably would not be great at like competitive, but like I feel like I would do okay.
Back to you. It doesn't get any better than this. Both of our Masters finalists taking to the stage and getting ready for
What did I order? I ordered Popeyes.
battles of their life to claim that title of world champion.
I am so excited. It's been a battle of the Koraidons here, and
Alright, let's see. Calyrex, Koraidon, Incineroar, Ancient Raikou, whose name I never remember, Ancient Amoonguss, and regular Landorus. Wow. I'm surprised it's not Tyrion. Can you not get Tyrion in Scarlet Violet? Lunala, Koraidon. Oh, the firefish thing. Whose name I don't remember. Fluttermane, Ancient Amoonguss, Ursaluna. Okay. You can get Therian. Therian just isn't very good. Really?
these teams, they actually function very differently. Koraidon and Brute Bonnet, of course, on both compositions, but on one side you've got the Shadow Rider, and on the other side you've got Lunala. I think we're talking about tempo coming into this.
Okay. If I were a betting boy, I'm gonna put my money. I would put my money. If I were a betting boy, I would put my money on James.
Gotta pay attention to the offense that Giovanni has on his team. You've got Choice Scarf Chiyu, you've got this Flutter Mane, which of course can Icy Wind, allowing Koraidon to deal massive amounts of damage. On James's end, you've got a lot more defense to work with. You've got this Brute Bonnet, which of course can go for a Water Terra. You've got Raging Bolt, which can actually survive even a really powerful Life Orb cause combat from the Koraidon.
A battle of Team Rocket.
What's going to dictate this set is the early turns. Is James able to match Giovanni's offense? Can he play defense to survive a couple of turns and really
It really
all
is.
the damage that Giovanni has to offer?
And it's not even just about the tempo, it's also just about
It's James earning his vacation from Team Rocket. This is how you request off in Team Rocket. You battle the boss.
photosynthesis conditions, as well as this Koraidon holding the Life Orb. They tend to be trained to be just a bit on the faster side. So I wonder how James's own Koraidon is going to stack up against that.
Yeah, and these Koraidon sets are different as well, right? On one hand, you have this Life Orb Koraidon that hits for really, really hard. On the other hand, it is the clear Amulet Koraidon. These generally don't have as much one-hit KO pressure, especially with that fighting type attack. It's Life Orb close combat on one side, it's Collision Course on the other side. But I think from Giovanni's end, you have the ability to just double up, punch, 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 and get knockout after knockout. So from James's end, I'm looking, what is your response? What is your defense? And two big tools I think that you should pay attention to in this matchup are going to be the Raging Bolt and the actual Brute Bonnet, which you wouldn't expect.
Oh, hey, Skip Bloom. Alright, let's see what this is. Calyrex, Shadow Rider. As one, Focus Sash. With the moves Astral Barrage, Encore, Psychic Protect, Koraidon, Apex, Clear Amulet. With moves Flare Blitz, Collision Course, Flame Charge Protect, Cineroar, Rocky Helmet. The ability Intimidate, of course. Fake Out, Knock Off, Helping Hand, Parting Shot. Parting Shot? Is that, like, common now? Fuck it, I'm game. Raging Bolt, Photosynthesis, Thunderclap, Dragon Pulse, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Brute Bonnet, Covert Cloak, Sucker Punch, Seed Bomb, Spore, Rage Powder, Landorus, Earth Power, Sludge Bomb, Sandseer Storm, Protect. Okay.
With that Water Terra can be super good defensively.
Yeah, I did not follow much of, I did not follow competitive, like, at all in Sword and Shield days, because I just didn't care for Sword and Shield. Anyway, food's here. Give me one moment. Okay, guys, I got my dinner. And, you want to know what my order is from Popeyes? A chicken sandwich. Specifically, a chicken sandwich in a comically large bag. Comically large for just a chicken sandwich, that is.
Sucker Punch. You have Sucker Punch as well as Thunderclap, two priority options that James has available from that Brute Bonnet Raging Bull. So if you think that natural speed that Giovanni has on his team is going to be a problem, priority moves are one way to bypass that.
I absolutely love that point because look at the Flutter Mane, look at the GU. These are Pokemon that are really frail. Thunderclap can actually do so much damage to a Flutter Mane that doesn't have bulk when you have that Photosynthesis Sun Boost. Similarly, Sucker Punch from Brute Bonnet will allow you to do a lot as well. And so priority is a nice way to get around the fact that James does have to worry a little bit about the fast speed from the opposing side.
No, I actually got the bag because it wasn't just me ordering. So it was like an actual delivery bag for the family.
The Helping Hand is going to be nice, but especially because you have the Intimidate on the Incineroar. As you already called out, the Life Orb that Geo's Koraidon is going to be holding. It's notably not Clear Amulet. There's no way for you to actually protect your own Koraidon from taking Intimidate attack drops.
Absolutely. Taking a look, of course, on the other side, we've got similar Pokemon here with the Koraidon and Brute Bonnet. Both of these...
Lunala, Shadow Shield, Power Herb, Moongeist Beam, Meteor Beam, Wide Guard, Trick Room. Koraidon, Life Orb, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, Flame Charge, Protect. GU, Choice Scarf, Dark Pulse, Heat Wave, Overheat, Snarl. Flutter Mane, Focus Sash, Shadow Ball, Moon Blast, Icy Wind, Protect. Ursaluna, Flame Orb, Headlong Rush, Facade, Earthquake, Protect. Brute Bonnet, Citrus Berry, Seed Bomb, Sucker Punch, Spore, Rage Powder.
Brute Bonnet's crucially being Water Terra. But, of course, Geo has a lot of options in terms of speed control. You can use that Flutter Mane to drop your opponent's speed immediately. And there's the Lunala-Ursaluna combination as well. What makes Geo's team so threatening is you don't really know what mode he's going to commit to. You can lead Flutter Mane with Koraidon. You can lead Koraidon with Chi-Yu. You can lead Lunala, set up Trick Room, get Ursaluna in. The options feel endless, and it's really difficult to pinpoint a play that allows you to cover for all of those.
That's kind of the big signature calling card of a lot of these teams that have something like those faster Pokemon as well as access to Trick Room. You really do have to make sure that you play your cards right. And Geo's position, we often see sometimes those types of teams backfire. If you don't get the Trick Room set up at the right time, that's something that your opponent can capitalize on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you look at the offense that Geo's team has to offer, it's really scary for James, right? Flutter Mane alone. You've got a Moonblast that's 4 times super effective in a Koraidon. You've got a Shadow Ball into that Shadow Rider as well. That Pokemon can handle the restricteds. Chi-Yu is so commonly used in the format to deal with Calyrex Shadow Rider as well. Geo has so much offense.
I really love this stage. Oh my god, wait, it lights up with their teams. That's so cool.
Each of them using their restricted duos the entirety of the regulation I-double restricted format. On the one hand, you have James Evans that comes in off the back of being able to get top 32 at NAIC as well as a top 16 at the Milwaukee Regional Championships with the 4 of the same Pokemon that are on his World Championship team. The only difference is that he used to have a Galarian Weezing on that team as well as a Chi-Yu of his own that he has now swapped out for Incineroar and Landorus Incarnate respectively.
Absolutely. In a format that feels like there's so much volatility, so many different combinations that you can pick from in terms of restricteds, these players have been on this since day one. They have truly mastered what it takes to use Calyrex and Koraidon plus Lunala. And there's been a little bit of adaptation from James, but from Geo's end, he's actually been on the same 6 Pokemon basically since the very beginning, and he has gotten so much mastery. This was not a team that a lot of people actually had pegged as a favorite coming into this event, and both of them are using restricted duels that were not in the top 4 of usage rates.
And Geo, the power and the conviction that he's had to run this since the very beginning, that he's been heavily rewarded for. His season has been phenomenal. And it's coming in as a trainer that hasn't had a major win yet. Imagine if this is the one. Imagine if you have stuck to your guns and you're going to win the World Championships as your first major title.
There's so much pressure on the line here. I know both players are also so excited to, of course, be here. And it's been an incredible journey. Of course, James Evans won the Senior Division World Championships many, many years ago.
Okay.
He's won in North American.
I have not followed like official competitive for a bit. I have a question. Is it still, obviously it's still double battles. Is it still pick 4 out of the 6 to go into battle? Is that still generally how it works? Okay, just needed to make sure.
He's won multiple regional titles. He has won so much in competitive Pokemon. He's looking to win Worlds once again. Like you said, Gio's chasing for literally his very first title. I think he's not made it past top 8 in any tournament before, and here he is now in the finals.
Well, let's get ready to go. This is a best of 3 for all the marbles. The World Championship title on the line. Make some noise as we get into game number 1.
Oh, wow. Okay, in a restricted format, there's actually no restricted tickets to field to start the game.
Okay. Amogus, Incineroar, Chi-Yu, Fluttermane. Okay.
It is wild. We are going to see Gio have that Fluttermane next to that Choice Scarf Chi-Yu. And for James Evans, he's opted into bringing that Incineroar next to the Brute Bonnet to start.
So, yeah, I think the Brute Bonnet is a really good defensive option from James's end because you have that Water Terra. Gio does not have a way to really take advantage of that and hit you for super effective damage, right? So, right now, Incineroar is, of course, applying Fake Out pressure immediately into the Chi-Yu slot. Chi-Yu could go for a Ghost Terra to get around that, but do you really want to commit to that?
Probably not.
Bonnet right now on James's end can launch a Spore, can go for that Water Terra defensively. You don't feint to a Fire type attack or a Berry type attack. And so my question is, how does Gio respond to this? Do you have your own Brute Bonnet to switch into? Because if so, that means you drop one of your restricteds. I like this defensive lead from James's end, knowing Brute Bonnet can really, really start slowing down the pressure.
Oh, I love it so much. I wish that I wish I could see it more. It's really cool.
Pokemon of choice in game number 1. Brute Bonnet, the Water Terra, as you called out, such a nice defensive typing to have. Not even just against those fire types from this Chi-Yu, but of course, because of that Fluttermane, as you see the Incineroar go for the fake out, it's going to stop the Chi-Yu in its tracks for this turn. But the Moonblast still blood. For its troubles, though, this Brute Bonnet is able to land a Spore.
Nighty-night.
One of the biggest offensive pieces here for Gio.
Excuse me.
Slows down the Chi-Yu, but Chi-Yu actually isn't really the biggest threat to Brute Bonnet and Incineroar right now, right? And so Fluttermane, that Beads of Ruin, giving you that special defense drop, allowing you to do even more damage to Brute Bonnet. This Brute Bonnet can't protect, so you are vulnerable to just eating up another Moonblast right now. Of course, it has the ability to go for Sucker Punch, try to break that Fluttermane's Focus Sash. You could double up into that slot. Fluttermane does have the ability to go for Protect, allowing Incineroar to maybe launch an attack right now. But James has slowed down some of the offense, but Gio still has so much coming out from this Fluttermane right now.
The Chi-Yu, while it can take that mandatory turn of sleep, it could wake up on the next turn, and so you're really only stopping his Chi-Yu for just a short while. And Gio doesn't want to take the risk, actually decides to put the
Interesting.
back in its Pokeball for later, and brings out a
Ooh.
Maybe
Huh.
would be going into that Fluttermane's way. It's also going to get past this Sucker Punch, and that's going to fail as this Chi-Yu does take a turn of sleep.
So the Brute Bonnet is in the back. There is an answer to the sleep here, and you've actually gotten enough damage onto the opposing Brute Bonnet where you do pressure, of course, with damage from the Seed Bomb on your own end. That is the one way you can hit it for super effective damage. And so I wasn't expecting Gio to drop one of his restricteds coming into this. I guess this is probably not Lunala. We'll have to wait and see. But right now you have gotten the Terra out from the opposing side, and your Brute Bonnet is looking pretty scary right now. If you win the Brute Bonnet war, then you can, of course, apply...
I love this song, honestly. Excuse me.
The Brute Bonnet is also no longer grass type, so just spore that slot safely as well.
Let's see. I think what's so interesting about this matchup coming into it is both players had so much time to prepare for it, and I think this game now looks so different from then if they had just played immediately, say, yesterday, right? And so both players have had so much preparation time. Chi-Yu is going to stay asleep here.
Ooh, sleeping Chi-Yu is not great.
The Brute Bonnet does go for the Spore. In case that Chi-Yu had woken up on this turn, we do have the knockoff into Gio's Brute Bonnet, which will knock off the Citrus Berry as Brute Bonnet fires off a Spore of its own, putting this Incineroar to sleep.
it has been such a defensive game to start. Like, we have not seen a restricted Pokemon hit the field yet. Everyone has just been trading sleep left and right.
Ooh.
I think it's
Yeah,
because you know if you switch in your restricted Pokemon.
They definitely are like playing footsies. Oh, you're on an ad break. Hang on. They definitely like.
And it gets put to sleep, it's probably just going to be rendered useless in this battle. And so both players are really wary of that. They don't want to make that switch out. Chi-Yu right now is exerting, of course, offensive pressure onto the Brute Banner. Should it manage to wake up, it can go for something like that Dark Pulse and target down that Brute Bonnet. So we're going to see another switch from Giovanni.
Gio now removing the Brute Bonnet and deciding to switch the Koraidon in its place. So all
Ooh.
for Gio in this game number 1
Ah.
field. But notably, this Koraidon is going to be setting the sun and giving a photosynthesis boost over to James's own Brute Bonnet. But what about the sun?
So prior to this Koraidon coming out, they definitely were playing a little bit of footsie there, with the back and forth with the sleep from the Brute Bonnets. I'm surprised that he only brought Koraidon and did not bring either Ursaluna or Lunala, because I feel like those seem more like the obvious pick. But I guess he wanted to play defensive.
Setting itself up for this Chi-Yu, as we see Incineroar, the first to move here, taking its turn of sleep. Sucker Punch into the Chi-Yu, so you know it might be able to go for an attack on this turn, but it stays asleep. Another critical turn of sleep here for James.
Crucially staying asleep. That was an opportunity to maybe wake up and get a Dark Pulse off. However, now you have positioned the Koraidon in, right? And this is the amount of offense that you are looking to exert. Koraidon can now go for the damage onto Incineroar, try to threaten that with the knockout, and Chi-Yu then can, of course, wake up and get the Dark Pulse into Brute Bonnet. I don't think Chi-Yu faints from another Sucker Punch either, right? And so Gio took a little bit of a risk there, because with Koraidon switching in, it could have been Spore into that slot, but are you really going to Spore the Brute Bonnet? And so it's a great bait by Gio, and now he has finally gotten the offense out on the field. This is going to be a really big turn. Can James even play defense here? I think the best thing to do is maybe if you have that Shadow Rider, switch it in and take a fighting type attack on that Incineroar slot.
But what if Gio calls that and actually decides to go after an attack onto this Brute Bonnet instead?
The Incineroar stayed on. Excuse me.
That you can make sure this Incineroar does something on this turn. The switch into the Chi-Yu, that signals damage to get the knockout, and so Gio is not able to utilize his Chi-Yu at all this game.
Rest in peace, Chi-Yu.
You see Flame Charge come out as well. I think part of what Gio's thinking is, I want that speed boost, and I think you're probably going to switch Incineroar out, but it's an incredible turn for James there as he manages to get the wake up that gives him the extra damage.
Good fucking plays by James. Jesus.
And so I think that was what looked like a really scary position for James.
Hello again, Brute Bonnet.
Well, at least you have the free switch into your own Brute Bonnet that's also going to be getting that photosynthesis defense boost. But how helpful is that really going to be when you're still trying to get your first knockout in this game? This Brute Bonnet has a defensive Water Terra. You're really hoping that your Chrome Koraidon is able to do some major damage here.
Absolutely, yeah. I think now the damage definitely has stalled out a little bit, right? Like, helping out Sucker Punch was a cool way to get that knocked out, but now you don't have very much offense. You are staring down such a powerful Koraidon that's positioned so well. And the Brute Bonnet on the opposing side is, of course, very scary as well. One thing that's crucial to note is that James's Brute Bonnet, or James's Incineroar, does not have that Flare Blitz. And so without Flare Blitz, you don't have that ability to just threaten a lot of damage onto Brute Bonnet. So I think this turn, once again, I think it's still scary for James. He got the better end of it the previous turn, but we'll see how this one plays out.
Both trainers, of course, taking their time as they know how perilous these next couple of turns can be. And James wants to save this Brute Bonnet for just a little bit later. The Shadow Runner Calyrex now going to be the Pokemon that hits the field. The first restricted Pokemon revealed for James in this first game.
And the question is, did the fighting type attack go into that slot? Close combat goes into Calyrex. That's the play I was talking about the previous turn. And James now gets the parting shot off. Oh my goodness, he's going to be able to pivot out a little bit more. Brute Bonnet, of course, still has the ability to go for a Spore. Can put something to sleep, but it's a beautiful bait into the Calyrex slot, and it manages to at least switch in for free for now.
That's a huge deal. I mean, Gio is really hoping to get as much money
That was a
as possible
good
out of
fucking
every single turn
switch.
is able to negate that damage and just continues to
question. And then the second question is, Brute Bonnet, who are you targeting, right? Sleep is such a big deal in this matchup, and this is something we were talking about before we came into the game. The defense matters so much. You're looking to slow down pieces so that your offense can just start punching holes. It's Brute Bonnet coming out from the opposing end. Of course, it's Water Terra, so let's see. Where does Geo's Brute Bonnet target?
Okay, well, after the photosynthesis boost, we get to find out our answer, and it is just the Brute Bonnet that James switches in.
Ooh.
Take that. Still not a horrible trade to have.
Okay, putting the Brute Bonnet to sleep is probably like really good for Geo.
It probably just does not get to attack in this game. So at least it's Brute Bonnet, which is the defensive piece. Calyrex right now is exerting a lot of offense, and crucially, you were able to neutralize the Chi-Yu in the early game, right? So
The Calyrex being put to sleep would have also been good. I don't know what would have been the better call there.
your moves are Astral Barrage, you have Psychic, you have Teleport, but which of those are really that powerful right now, right? The Koraidon, of course, on the opposing side also got that Flame Charge, so has the speed boost. Can threaten the Calyrex with the double up right now. We're gonna see a Terra come out.
Feels like it has to be that Koraidon to go Terra Fire. You don't want to be super vulnerable to any of those extra attacks coming through later, but for now, it's also going to help you boost up your fire type attacks in the sun, whether it's the Flame Charge or that Flare Blitz. But Calyrex knows it has the pressure of a Sucker Punch from this Brute Bonnet, but we'll see James's Brute Bonnet also take its first turn of sleep.
Exactly, and it is the close combat. It's not a fire type attack into Calyrex.
Good shit.
This now gives James a free switch in. Do you actually want to give him that free switch in right now? That's scary. The other thing to note, Koraidon now takes Life Orb damage. You've dropped your special defense. Calyrex, of course, can apply a lot of pressure with damage with an Astral Barrage, right? And so Brute Bonnet is not going to get the Spore up. James is willing to trade his defensive pieces, and he's looking to position his offense right now. So my question here is, do you finally bring out your fourth Pokemon?
But I feel like Incineroar just makes such a great call here, knowing that you're able to keep an attack drop onto this Koraidon. Maybe it also forces Geo to have to try to switch out this Koraidon. You can play a bit more predictably that way, but it is going to be the Koraidon. So the fourth and final for James now, also revealed in here. Both restricted for him have hit the field.
Oh, this is so scary for Geo though, right? Like the Brute Bonnet now cannot Terra on the opposing end. Koraidon, of course, provides that collision course pressure, and there's that special defense drop from the opposing Koraidon. So if you're Geo, you could double up onto the Calyrex here with a Sucker Punch and a close or a fire type attack. Obviously, you don't want to close combat a Calyrex, but if you go for that, and Calyrex, of course, could go for a Protect. It could switch out as well. And the question is, how do you get out of this turn?
Alright, in between game 1 and game 2, I gotta go do something real quick. But then I should be good for the rest of finals. Although I don't know how many games there are, so like, who knows?
Super risky when you're staring down the barrel of an Astral Barrage, but knowing if you can hold on with this Focus Sash at the end of the day, then you will be able to help yourself out with that speed boost.
Wait, Incineroar, the great friend.
So much defensive play from both ends. There was a lot of offense being exerted. It's going to be the Sucker Punch. There was the ability to, of course, go for a Spore, but trying to get damage there. And Collision Course, it's a fantastic turn for James here. It's going to deal super effective damage into the Brute Bonnet and get a
good call.
No way. Another Pokemon down, and only 2 more to go here for James to close out this first game. And Geo at least has timed it so that you can bring this Koraidon out when the sun has freshly expired, but you're also going to still be giving that sun over to the opposing Koraidon.
Now you have positioned yourself where you have Flutter Mane and Koraidon. There's no more Terra available, so you can just go Moonblast into Koraidon, close combat, instantly Incineroar. So then the response, obviously, right now Incineroar, of course, does have Fake Out pressure. You could just Protect to bypass the Fake Out pressure. One of the key things that we've already seen this turn is, do you predict Shadow Rider to switch in? Geo's gone 0 for 2 on it so far, right? He went for the Flame Charge when Incineroar was out on the field, and then tried to close combat, and then the Calyrex Shadow Rider switched in. So it feels like if Geo gets it right, he gets such a major advantage, but if he gets it wrong, of course, does lose him a lot of momentum.
It's hard when you have to make that call, knowing that there are so many distinct possibilities of the outcomes of each of these individual decisions, and hopefully it's all going to boil together and get you a win in this game. And so both trainers, of course, still taking all the time they can in order to make the most informed decision possible.
the focus sash is being conserved on the ghost types is such a big deal here. So here we go. It's actually a pivot
Ooh, immediately? Okay.
Just go for a protect with your Pokemon right now.
If it is a protect, maybe Geo is able to try to read one step ahead and go for a Flare Blitz into that slot instead. That would do major damage to that counter. But no Buzz Bars, there's no
Ooh, good hit.
down in one hit, and just like that, Geo is even to
One hit KO. Good call.
All it takes is one key turn, and that's what.
Ooh.
Of course, Focus Sash keeps Calyrex around for another turn, but this
Okay. I think game 1 ends in favor of Geo.
Koraidon, another speed boost onto this Fluttermane because of that photosynthesis. And even though the Incineroar comes back out onto the field, you can only fake out the Koraidon. This Fluttermane is still free and clear to steamroll right past his Calyrex.
And this is where
Shit.
getting that Water Terror early with Brute Bonnet put James in a really difficult position against late game Fluttermane. I love how Geo recognized Fluttermane's really good into your team. I'm gonna save it. Of course, we started the game off with it. It never took any damage. It never got put to sleep. Imagine if the Spore went off into the Fluttermane on turn 1 rather than the Chi-Yu, but James gets a little bit greedy there and gets punished so heavily. And I just don't see a way for him to win this one.
There's still a will, and sometimes that means there is still a way. But James is going to
Where there's a will, there is a way.
protect the Calyrex, and at least some time to think heading into the next game. Incineroar is the next to fall with a big close combat.
Rest in peace.
Another one-hit knockout for Geo, and it's just the Shadow Rider
The VODs for NAIC 2024 are lost. Ah, that sucks.
This game, the key turn really was that double KO or KO plus 1 HP, almost a KO. Calyrex basically is fainted, right? Like at that
Calyrex may as well be dead.
Fluttermane with the speed boost, you just can't handle it. And Shadow Rider just didn't really do much in this game, right? It never really clicked any damage, and so I think Shadow Rider's just really awkward here to use this Fluttermane, secures the knockout, and Geo goes up 1 game.
GG, Jesus.
back and forth there for those middle couple of turns until that pivotal moment, as you called out. And as soon as Geo started to stack knockout after knockout after knockout together, you could see he could taste the victory of that first game, and it's now.
I love the fucking stage, dude. I love the stage so much. Alright, this should be the last time I need to get up until we're done with this. If you wanted to get the final from that tournament, the video upload still exists, but it's missing family interview. Oh, that sucks. Okay, that should be the final time I get up before the end of this. With the exception of maybe a bathroom run, which I should have done before I sat down, but it's fine.
I thought like it would be a war between brute bonnets, and it kind of was honestly for the first couple turns. But I thought Raging Bolt from James's end is really, really powerful here because it can take that special damage. You can even Terra, of course, to get around. You know, Moonblast, for example, dealing super effective damage. And so I think, you know, James was playing really defensively. And even though he was able to get Shadow Rider out on the field, like, that's not really the most powerful Pokemon in this matchup, right? Especially because it doesn't have a way to boost its damage output. It's very fast as well, but it's not going to get those one-hit knockouts. And so I really like how Geo managed that early game. If you're expecting Fluttermane and Chiyu once again, then the question is, what are the possible responses, right? And I am definitely looking at that Raging Bolt to start because I think it can at least soak up special damage. Koraidon, of course, can also go for a Terra immediately, Fire Terra Koraidon, and then just start launching damage. Go for your own flame charges. And so I think if I'm in James's shoes, one mode I would consider adapting to is Koraidon plus Raging Bolt.
If we saw the Shadow Rider Calyrex hit the field, I would like to see it at the beginning, but it is tough when James doesn't have that speed control available to him in the same way that Geo does. But I can hear the crowd right now. Who you cheering for?
There we go. Geo is one game away from winning the World Championships and his very first tournament. James, of course, has his back up against the wall, but he's been in so many tournament finals before, and I think he definitely has the experience to take us to a Game 3, but I think James just needs to find the position for offense a little bit more. You know, he managed to make some nice defensive plays, but never really got his offense position, and I think Geo's offense was already more impressive, and Geo was just one step ahead, and so Raging Bolt's the one Pokemon that I really, really have my eyes out on. I think Incineroar from James's end is nice for a fake out, but the problem is it becomes such a liability against the close combat from Geo's end, right? And so the Incineroar not having Flare Blitz, I think honestly makes it slightly
Okay.
in this one as well. Because
Alright.
it doesn't do nearly as much damage to Brute
So
Bond.
Giovanni won game 1, right?
You leave the Incineroar at home or the Shadow
I
Rider
think...
Calyrex and bring out the Raging Bolt, as you were saying, but then what about the Lander? At all when some of these
Normally I would say the other person takes game 2, but I'm not so sure because of, like, how back and forth that game 1 kind of felt. So I'm kind of not sure.
Be so careful because it means you probably have to tear your Landers. If you're tearing Landers, it means you're not tearing anything else, and it leaves you so vulnerable to so much damage.
Well, our trainers are locked in. They are ready to go as the second game gets underway for the grand finals of the Pokemon World Championships. And for Geo, he is confident in his Game 1 game plan, decides to go for that Fluttermane and Chiyu again, as well as James Evans running back this Incineroar and Brute Bonnet combo.
Okay, so we saw this played out last time, right? Fake out into the Chiyu, Terra water the Bonnet. I think James now might be like, okay, Chiyu wasn't actually a problem that last game. It was the Fluttermane. So now you maybe consider going for a Spore onto a Fluttermane slot instead. Fluttermane, of course, could go for a Protect. Geo does have the ability to just go for the Terra on Chiyu immediately. It's Ghost Terra. That would give you immunity to fake out and allow you to just go for something like a Dark Pulse plus a Moonblast into a Brute Bonnet. So let's see if any Terras come out. No Terras, no fake.
It's just going to be a Sucker Punch right into the Fluttermane as the Brute Bonnet is going to take the Dark Pulse. As though there is a bit of a trade of damage, but as the Fluttermane follows up, the Brute
Rest in peace, Brute Bonnet. Jesus.
And James has lost his first Pokemon in this second game. Incineroar still gets a chance to move and decides to go for the knockoff, so that will remove the Choice Scarf of this Chiyu and at least make it a little bit less speedy.
A little bit of split and damage there. Of course, you have the ability to maybe turn the Fluttermane down and just try to KO it immediately. James obviously taking a really big risk there on turn 1 as well, not going for that Water Terra. But you can see Geo was predicting the Water Terra, so he went for that Dark Pulse. So both players really just trying to get into each other's heads. Of course, the Calyrex Shadow Rider now hits the field. There is no more Choice Scarf on the Chiyu, but you can't, I don't think, knock out the Chiyu here. I'm not confident that Helping Hand Astral Barrage does. Maybe if you go for Ghost Terra with the Calyrex.
Excuse me.
Ghost Terra Astral Barrage. Geo could potentially switch into Koraidon, give Fluttermane the speed boost, allow it to get an attack off. But yeah, I think the main question I have here is, do you commit to Helping Hand Ghost Terra Astral, and if so, does it knock out the Chiyu?
That would certainly be a very ballsy play to make, but maybe that's exactly what James needs in order to get back into this game after losing a Pokemon so early. That's the type of aggressive call we need to see from this team.
And here is going to be a switch. I think you also could just go in and Brute Bonnet if you brought it, because there's not that much threatening it with offense, and so there it is.
Brute Bonnet now, at least this Flutter main can go back into its
Makes
profile and
sense.
come back out later, as we saw Gio in that first game preserve it, and ended up being a key piece to that success. Protect on this Calyrex Shadow as Gio, without that Choice Scarf intact, can actually switch up this move as well. This is another way that you can utilize this Chi-Yu with those snarls. You would have loved to be able to land that into the Calyrex Shadow and
Okay,
also draw
parting
the
shot.
attack, but you'll also take some chip.
I think the Calyrex just is so awkwardly positioned right now, right? You're up against two Dark-type Pokemon, and you just, like, don't have that much offense. You can't really use Psychic, obviously, and so you're relegated to Astral Barrage. Astral Barrage just isn't that strong, right? I was like, well, the only way you can get the knockdown is if you, like, commit Ghost Terra and Helping Hand. That's just so many resources.
It's a lot of resources, and now when you see this Koraidon hit the field, I think the problem becomes even more compounded.
Why even bring the Calyrex in Game 2 when it did not do anything for you Game 1? That's what I don't understand. Like, what did he hope to accomplish with the Calyrex?
Yeah, I think the upside for James is now you at least have your restrictors out on the field, and you're not scaring down as much offense from the opposing side. There is still, of course, the pressure of Sucker Punch into Calyrex, though, and I think Calyrex losing its Focus Sash is very, very scary. So if you're
Yes.
do you consider going for a switch out, right, and to try to get around that Sucker Punch? Koraidon right now, I do think, is in a phenomenal position, but you also have to worry about the opposing Brute Bonnet, because if you are not able to get the knockout onto the Brute Bonnet and it puts either of these to sleep, it's a disaster.
Something's tearing.
Makes a lot of sense. I would expect it to be on the Brute Bonnet, and it's going to be on Koraidon to start.
Yeah, Koraidon first, and then we'll see if Gio has decided to respond to that with a terrestrialization of his own. But this Koraidon now uniquely positioned to be able to at least get some more damage down, hopefully before it does get put to sleep by this Brute Bonnet. But Gio does go for that water terrestrialization, so a great Terra here, but both of them, you know,
Okay.
going for the gold now. With both of these terrestrializations expended, a lot is going to come down to the rest of this turn. That Brute Bonnet is no longer a dark type, and as this After Barrage gets fired out, this Brute Bonnet actually takes about 70% damage. The Flame Charge is going to give this Koraidon
Ooh.
a boost, but as it goes into the Chi-Yu, it actually gets a knockout.
It gets the knockout, but Brute
Interesting.
Bonnet survives the turn there. I was thinking, well, if you just double up until a Brute Bonnet slot, can you get the knockout with Astral Barrage and Collision Course? This is now a score coming out, and it's going to go out.
That's fine. I think that's fine.
Putting it to sleep and putting it in a really difficult position.
The Shadow Rider going to sleep, it still has full HP, it still has that Focus Sash, but is it going to be able to actually do anything when you still have that Flutter Mane in the back? Still has one more Pokemon that he can reveal as well, but I think it's actually really big that James got that Flame Charge for the Koraidon. That speed advantage is huge.
Absolutely, I think that's such a big deal in being able to outpace the opposing Koraidon. If the Sun gets stalled out, then you can outpace the Flutter Mane as well. And so I think, yeah, that was a big, big turn in terms of damage. It's going to be Koraidon coming out now from Gio's end. This Koraidon, of course, is really powerful. It should not get the one-hit knockout, though, onto the opposing Koraidon with a close combat. My question then is, can you go for a Sucker Punch in close combat, try to get the knockout there? And if you're James, you can consider protecting the Koraidon, trying to bypass a turn of sleep with the Calyrex, and hope that you can wake up sooner than later with it.
You have to get a little bit lucky, though, with those sleep turns.
Yeah.
And as we know, sometimes they can sleep for a little bit longer than you would like, but you have to
Always.
take the first turn of sleep on this upcoming one.
And this is a scary one because, once again, it's like there could, of course, be a switch into the Incineroar, but then it just can eat up a close combat potentially, right? I think that's been one of the really fun dynamics to watch. But Koraidon does go for the Protect, like I suggested, trying to just take that first turn.
But if Gio has opted into going for damage onto that Shadow Rider Calyrex instead, this could get dicey very quickly.
Oh,
Gio,
yeah.
though, actually goes for the close combat into the Shadow Rider Calyrex, maybe expecting a switch in, something like that Incineroar would have been knocked out or put to sleep.
That turn was so scary because I could see it for Gio. If you made the call, you doubled up with a Calyrex, you might just be world champion, but it's really hard to make that play. Are you just going to
Yeah.
Koraidon from the opposing end?
Um.
All that Rose, you still
Excuse me, game? That's embarrassing. On your World Championship finals? Come on, Pokemon.
still gotta get lucky with the Calyrex. If you stay asleep, you will not get anything off with it. And so James ends up buying himself a turn, but right now it's still difficult. I'm not even confident Bonnet, a collision course from that Crydon knocks out Brew Bonnet now that you've gotten rid of your dark typing and you have the defense boost, and that would be a disaster. So here we go, collision course.
Collision course heading right into that Koridon's way instead, bringing it down to about 70% of its HP. And Shadow Rider Calyrex just sleeping at the wheel as it has to take a flame charge. Dash gets broken.
Fuck. Alright, Calyrex is dead.
Gets a chance to get a speed boost and now start to bypass the speed advantage that James's Koridon had. Brew Bonnet follows it up with a sleep, and this is a huge turn for Geo.
Geo must be able to taste the World Championship victory, but he's still got to get there. You got to do enough damage to the Koridon, of course. And so, once again, an opportunity to maybe double up onto a slot, but instead says, you know what, I'm going to split my damage. And this is where the speed boost from the opposing Koridon is a little bit awkward. I think if, like, Geo had close combated and then you're slower than it, you can get a collision course and maybe knock it out. Instead, this Koridon just is not able to get a one-hit knockout onto the Pokemon, and Calyrex crucially stays asleep. You know, had it woken up, Astral Barrage, that's probably actually just the win for James. And so, now, such a difficult position, both Pokemon asleep. The key question I have here is, does James try to play defensively, switch in that Incineroar? If you do, though, you are vulnerable to eating up a close combat or a Spore.
It's hard to make that call to go for the close combat, though, when you know that one of the drawbacks is going to be dropping your special defense and defense, but the Shadow Rider Calyrex does it just goes for a protect, decides to play it just a little safe, as now we will see Giovanni go for that push to the
That's so close. That's so close.
followed up, so maybe this Brute Bonnet is able to do just that. It does have access to that seed bomb, but decides to
Nice try, bitch.
into the opposing Shadow Rider.
And that was a really safe play, right? Basically, close combat, Insula Crydon, just fell asleep. I get a ton of damage off. If you switch into Incineroar, it's eating that up as well. And honestly, Calyrex has just felt so useless throughout the course of this set. It's constantly not applying that much pressure with Astral Barrage, and you are threatened by that Sucker Punch as well. So this next turn, you could go for the Sucker Punch onto the Calyrex slot. If you're James, you consider going for maybe an Encore or a Protect, for example. You could even switch out into the Incineroar, but then the question is, how does James deal enough damage, right?
Yeah, it is
I don't
so
think he
tough.
could
Even
come
if you
back
go
from
for
this.
The Encore play is the Incineroar in the back with just that knockoff as its priority or main form of damage, actually going to help you get through these Pokemon that kind of resist that. So we'll have to see.
James really is hoping to at least get a wake up with that Koridon, but this turn could be huge. Geo, at any point, it feels like he could just win Worlds.
So the Shadow Rider Calyrex is going to go away, hoping to maybe bypass something like a Sucker Punch, or maybe even be able to, well, look at that. Unnerve actually getting off the field means that this Brute Bonnet can actually get a bit of HP recovery thanks to the Citrus Berry that it was holding.
That's bad.
It wakes up!
James actually is able to go for the Protect on the Koridon. That's a huge wake up to at least keep James in this second game. But the Brute Bonnet did go for the Sucker Punch, probably into the Shadow Rider Calyrex slot that the Incineroar came into, and the close paw combat.
Ooh.
Targeted into the Koridon. James is getting a couple of good turns correct.
This is so tense because if you don't get that wake up, you probably just, of course, get knocked out with the Koridon, and then it just feels so tough. James has been keeping himself in this one. Now you, of course, do have the ability to go for a fake out with the Incineroar. Koridon does have the ability to go for collision course, but it still feels so tense and so scary. But I think if James had not woken up with Koridon or Shadow Rider on the turns that they did, the game is probably just over. So he's played really nice defensively and has gotten himself into a position where at least he's threatening a fake out now.
He's got to fake out into either Geo's Koridon or this Brute Bonnet, and now you have to pick your poison. Which one do you think is going to be the bigger threat? Brute Bonnet does have Sucker Punch that you can throw into the opposing Koridon, and Geo says, I'm not going to opt into that variance. I am just going to go for the Protect onto my own Koridon.
Good shit.
That means that this Brute Bonnet is going to be eating that face. Flame Charge, though, unfortunately from James, goes for the Protect, so you're not going to be able to get that speed advantage there either.
This Brute Bonnet has been a menace, especially now that it's healed up with that Citrus Berry as well, and so...
Yeah, that heal on the Brute Bonnet is very scary.
Geo just goes for it relatively safe, right? He's like, you know, if I go for Protect here, even if you double up on a Brute Bonnet, I don't think you're going to knock me out. Now, of course, the Brute Bonnet is applying Sucker Punch pressure into the Koridon, and Koridon is applying close combat pressure into the Incineroar, and so...
That's very scary.
It feels like it's just on a knife's edge, but it's been in Geo's advantage for so many turns, and I'm sure he can feel so close, but he still has to get there.
James has had a couple of calls where he's been able to bring in that Shadow Rider Calyrex after beating something like that close combat in, so that it is a tool in his arsenal to give himself another turn, but Geo is going to actually take this Koridon off the field and now bring in the Flutter Mane that we saw in the field.
Ooh, yeah.
This game number 2, and hopefully it'll be around for a little bit longer as James still goes for another defensive play. The knockoff into the Flutter Main is.
Ooh. Okay. We have a game here, guys. Like, goddamn.
Sacrificing Fluttermane, which I think makes a lot of sense at this point in the game. Fluttermane is a really good late game option if you have that focus sash, right? Or if the Terra hasn't been committed on Koraidon, but it makes sense to give it up here. Now Koraidon gets this, as you mentioned, set up the Sun, and you've gotten sleep off into the Incineroar, right? So there's still this mind game of like Sucker Punch plus close combat. I feel like Gio just is playing it relatively safe right now, right? He hasn't taken any super big risks. It is getting scary though, right? His Pokemon are relatively low HP. You do need the Koraidon to knock out this Incineroar. Otherwise, Brute Bonnet is really going to struggle into. So then the question I have this turn is, do we see a switch into the Shadow Rider slot? The Incineroar slot is rendered completely useless, of course. You could go for that close combat. Koraidon tries to protect, trying to avoid another right now.
It's not able to get it though, but the Brute Bonnet is
That's a problem.
for a Rage Powder just to draw away any attention from the opposing Koraidon. As Geos gets to go for the Flame Charge to finish off, the opposition gets the speed boost that it had removed from itself after going back into its ball. And James now down to just his final 2 Pokemon, the Sleepy Incineroar and the Shadow Rider Calyrex.
I absolutely love that play because I think the main thing you're scared about right now is Calyrex switching in. Gio realizes, okay, if I give you an opportunity to stall another sleep turn, that's not great. I think that play may have just won him the World Championship. Now you've got a Koraidon that's faster than both of these Pokemon. And this is what I was saying, the Incineroar is cool, but it doesn't really do that much damage. Koraidon now will outpace the Calyrex, right? And so you can target that Calyrex slot down. You could just go for something like Sucker Punch in close combat. And I think we're about to crown a brand new World Champion.
Feels super safe for the Brute Bonnet to direct that Sucker Punch into the Shadow Rider Calyrex and then the Koraidon to follow up with that close combat into the Incineroar. But what does Gio decide to lock in? Potentially get himself that World Championship title. And can James do anything to be able to claw back into this one? There's still a lot of HP on this Incineroar, and it's still a Shadow Rider Calyrex, one of the most powerful Pokemon that we have seen in this format.
It's one of the most powerful, but one of the reasons why Brute Bonnet has been tremendous is because of its Dark typing to deal with that Shadow Rider. Koraidon does protect here, though, to start.
Gengar actually goes for the all-clear.
Ooh.
He's going to be stuck going for Rage Powder for the rest of the couple of turns.
Oh. For the rest of the game, probably, yeah.
You could have locked into Sucker Punch. It is going to be that Rage Powder now. I think it's still fine for Gio because now you can just keep Rage Powdering away from the Incineroar. Koraidon being faster than the Calyrex will get the knockout onto it. You know, it will faint from a Life Orb tick.
Yeah.
And if it faints from a Life Orb tick, it means you can only get a knockout onto one Pokemon.
You've got either the ability to go for the close combat into the Incineroar or to try to go for maybe a Flame Charge into this Shadow Rider Calyrex. But what if that Calyrex protects? Then all of a sudden, if you're stuck with Rage Powder onto this Brute Bonnet, then there's no way for you to actually be able to deal with an Astral Barrage.
Yeah, I think for Gio, it's like you go for Rage Powder in close combat right now, you knock out the Incineroar, you know that you're going to lose your Koraidon, but then Calyrex can just go for the Astral Barrages, and so James might pull this one off.
It's going so close.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Has to go for an encore with that Rage Powder, and that will direct away anything from this Incineroar if it even survives this close combat, which of course it will not because that is super effective. And Koraidon, that's going to be all it's able to do for the rest of this game. It's going to get knocked out to the Rocky Helmet recoil instead. So now it's up to the Shadow Rider Calyrex from James, the last bastion of hope for him into this game number 2 to tie it back up and bring himself back into this series.
This was an unbelievable comeback. Like, it felt like Gio just had the advantage, but James finds the position. Because Brute Bonnet just faked.
Good fucking job, dude. Let's go, game 3. USA, USA. Good God, that was a fucking stressful fight. That was such an intense fucking battle, dude. Like, holy crap. That was the most back and forth I've seen in a while. Like, I haven't been actively watching Pokemon, but Jesus, that was a huge back and forth.
Shadow Rider finally finding the position to James. That was masterful. He had to play defensively for so many
I have to know how this goes. Like, this could go either way.
I win, but he tries to play just kind of safe and gets punished for it, and James manages to weave in a victory there. I'm honestly blown away by that win.
I am so impressed. On paper, Gio looks to have the more favorable matchup, and as you were already saying,
I genuinely impressed at all of this.
maybe yesterday, Gio would have just won on the spot, won this with just the advantage from the team compositions alone. But James has had all day and night to be able to prepare for this matchup and found a way to get himself back into the match and win a chance to win the World Championship title once again.
There are so many different ways this matchup can play out. We've basically seen the same Pokemon, right? And so I'm wondering, does James now shift to that Raging Bull that I was talking about? Because we saw Gio go for the Terra on the Brute Bonnet. If you water Terra that Brute Bonnet, you are exceptionally weak to Raging Bull. Gio
Come on.
Fluttermane Chiyu lead, and honestly, coming into this matchup, that was not a lead that I thought he would even really consider, right? Like, you have a lot of even more aggressive offense from things like Fluttermane Crydon, Chiyu Crydon. Lunala has not even made an appearance in this one.
I'm surprised that Lunala has not made an appearance.
Wide guard, which of course can be really nice against the Calyrex Shadow Rider. We also have not seen Ursaluna hit the field. I think Ursaluna would be such a bold adjustment, but it's really difficult to feel confident with it, especially because James keeps showing, I'm going to go Incineroar, I'm going to go Brute Bonnet. But if you think maybe the Incineroar is going to get dropped, Raging Bolt comes out, then Ursaluna and a mode around that could work.
It could, but it's still so tough because you're going to need to have the Trick Room set up. You want to make sure you have a turn to actually activate the Guts ability with that Flame to give yourself the burn. And that's just some valuable time you might not be able to get if James decides to go for an aggressive game plan.
This is so scary for both players because
I like how James adopted the gamer pose.
right? And team preview has so many implications. There's nothing worse than you not making an adjustment, your opponent makes an adjustment, and you're just so far behind right from the first turn.
Well, one more game between Gio and James will decide who becomes the world champion at the 2025 Pokemon World Championships. And let's just run it
3 for 3 with Chiyu Fluttermane. Jeez.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times, just like a surging
3-game set, all 3 games, the exact same turn 0, same leads for both players every game. That is, like, absurd.
Last time around, there is the ability once again for the Ghost Terra from the Chiyu, but that only gets you past one.
It is absurd.
Gio recognizes, well, that's nice, but then does that actually get me enough of an advantage to really commit going for it? So we've seen so many different turns play out. I'm curious if it's going to be a repeat of the last 2 games or if it's something new here.
It's going to be something new.
access to the fake out onto the Incineroar. That's actually sometimes not a move he's decided to go for.
Chiyu dipping immediately is new. I'm pretty sure.
Gio actually is going to go ahead and save that Chiyu for later. It's going to be the Brute Bonnet that comes in, and a pretty defensive turn all around as that Fluttermane is also going to go for the Protect. With the Brute Bonnet switching in, it means that that's going to be what has to eat the fake out, and Brute Bonnet isn't able to get the Sucker Punch damage onto Gio's Fluttermane this time around.
It was a new turn.
The ability to once again go for damage onto the Brute Bonnet. That's now twice that Brute Bonnet has not terra'd in front of so much super effective special damage, right? And so now the opposing Brute Bonnet is out. There is a lot of Spore pressure from both sides. We thought coming into this battle would be the war of the Brute Bonnets, and that is certainly the case here.
There's so many options that these Brute Bonnets can go for as well. If you don't Terra, you're susceptible to the Spore. You can also Rage Powder to try to redirect away an opposing Sucker Punch. So that's one way that Gio can actually keep this Fluttermane partner safe. And then you can just go for all of these Moonblasts or even just some of these Shadow Balls to make sure you're getting any valuable damage down onto either this Incineroar, this Brute Bonnet, or whatever decides to switch in. But we are going to see a
Who's terraing?
Oh, it's going to be onto
Fluttermane.
That, of course, is going to give it a nice little damage boost, and so this could be an absolutely huge turn. Giovanni could just get the knockout onto the Brute Bonnet and then put Incineroar to sleep.
Oh, there's
and no Terra!
This Brute Bonnet is going to stay on Dark type, which means that this Moonblast is going to get super effective. And Gio is able to get one Pokemon knockout right away in this game 3.
And there wasn't even a Sucker Punch and its knockoff in a Brute Bonnet. It's a disaster for James Evans here as the Brute Bonnet now gets a Spore off as well. Oh my goodness, I was gonna say Gio there could have maybe protected the Fluttermane, could have just gone for a regular Moonblast, but it ends up being Stellar Moonblast, saying, you You have not tarried your Brute Bonnet so many times in front of my offense. I mean, this is an unbelievable lead for Gio. Last game, I thought Gio had a big lead. This one feels
That is not at all what I expected to happen. Holy shit.
James has preserved the terrestrialization, so you are able to
Is James... Is James done? Is James... Did James lose his vacation? Is he stuck in Team Rocket forever?
He is at a major disadvantage right now, but we've seen him pull it off once. And so right now, you know, the upside is that you
How do you even begin to come back from this?
you are pressuring your own knockout onto the opposing Brute Bonnet. Fluttermane Shadow Ball, however, of course, will do considerable damage, and so you could consider just going for something like a Sucker Punch on a Shadow Ball, a Rage Powder on a Shadow Ball, for example. For Gio's end, you're looking to just get that Koraidon low enough, and I think Shadow Ball plus Sucker Punch puts it in KO range from another subsequent Shadow Ball.
Feels like James is almost forced to have to go for a Protect here onto the Koraidon. Make sure you aren't going to be taking too much damage from those boosted Shadow Balls. But we do see the
Boogie Terroring.
committed, and so it's going to be that
Koraidon, okay. Thought so.
now becomes a full fire type, and maybe that means we're going to see something like a Flame Charge or a Flare Blitz. Really make sure that you're getting as much out of these fire returns as possible. But Incineroar is going to be on the receiving end of an attack as the collision course now.
Good night, Brute Bonnet.
Once and for all, it's been such a menace so far in these games, but that critical hit, that's got to sting.
Oh, cool. Actually, it wasn't Oko. It's been faked out.
Physically defensive on the opposing team, and so we think there's actually maybe a chance it could survive that without the critical hit. But you could see, Rose, you were saying, hey, Koraidon, you know, protect. That makes a lot of sense. That's what James kept doing in that last game. Protect, make a safe switch. James is like, look, I've done that enough. I'm gonna punch back with offense, and I think gets a really great turn. If you ate up a Sucker Punch and a Shadow Ball there, I think that could have been really scary. But I do wonder if Collision Course was guaranteed the one-hit knockout on a Brute Bonnet there, but for now, we're going to have to advance the game. Gio is going to get a free switch in, and it's going to be into Chi-Yu.
Okay, so the Chi-Yu comes back out, and that's going to give
Gio Chi-Yu.
defense drop to both this Koraidon as well as this Incineroar, which is going to make sure that this Fluttermane can actually punch through a little bit more damage. Notably, we've only seen the Moonblast. It still has a Stellar Terra Power boosted Shadow Ball that it has access to throw that Koraidon's way.
Yeah, this is so scary, right? Like, do you double up onto the Koraidon? Does Koraidon go for kind of the obvious protect? If so, an Incineroar feigns, the next turn Koraidon is just vulnerable to eating up, double up, right? And so
I think you take down Incineroar first. I think that's the safer play.
because it wasn't a flame charge the previous turn, and so Gio has so much offense on his side.
Like, because Koraidon knows Protect, I think the safer play would be go to double up on Incineroar.
So that would be just one more Moonblast to knock out this Incineroar, and it still has a chance of waking up, but it's totally still asleep. Koraidon now will go ahead and go for the Protect, and as we see the Fluttermane go for the Shadow Ball into that, this is going to be enough of a saving grace to actually let this Incineroar wake up, but the Heat Wave from this Chi-Yu will be able to connect onto both targets. Incineroar does take a pretty sizable amount of
it doesn't wake up!
Incineroar stays asleep!
That is one sleepy Incineroar, dude.
So now my question is, this Koraidon is bulky. Can it survive a Heat Wave and a Shadow Ball?
I don't think it can.
No, the game is done this turn. If so, you keep yourself in it, and you're able to retaliate back with either damage on a Fluttermane or a knockout onto the Chi-Yu. But what makes this so tricky, Rose, is the fact that the Fluttermane is still so healthy. There was no Sucker Punch earlier from the Brute Bonnet to break that sash, and Fluttermane right now feels like it's running away with the game.
Shadow Ball first from this
That Fluttermane is scary, dude.
Koraidon that protected on that last turn. This is a huge
I don't think it's gonna take it.
and the Chi-Yu goes for the Heat Wave.
Oh, that's game. That's game.
Away from becoming the world champion. Someone who has hunted for a major Pokemon title win in so many events previously, dating back to his time in the seniors division alongside James. And this could be the day he cements himself in Pokemon history.
This is his moment, and oh my goodness, he's staring down a full HP Fluttermane and a Chi-Yu. Calyrex can get one Astral Barrage off, but it's not knocking out Chi-Yu.
And as it goes for the victory lap, this Fluttermane brings this Calyrex down to its focus sash. And Chi Yu looking at this final HP to deliver the finishing blow, and just like that, Giovanni Siski is your 2025 Pokemon
Aww. That is some real sportsmanship.
Arena with over 5,000 live fans watching. Unprecedented in Pokemon video game history. An arena
That hug was real sportsmanship. We need more of that.
Gio now can call himself world champion. His very first tournament win, and what better way to do it than to win the
Good
World
shit.
Championships?
An incredible stage for an incredible player. Something that
Holy shit, that was a stressful fucking set. Whew, those two were friends who aged up into masters at around the same time. Okay.
You can see the emotions. He's worked so hard.
Still, we need more, like, good sportsmanship like that. Like, no matter, regardless of where you come from, or how long you known each other.
Winning worlds, but he didn't get there. James found the way to come back in that one, but he kept his composure. Decides to stick with the same game plan. Both players actually going with the same Pokemon throughout the entire set. And that Stellar Terra, this turn, this was such a key turn. James just lost so much out of it and had such little in response. And, you know, if it were a Sucker Punch, at least maybe you would have broken the Focus Sash on the Flutter Mane, but it was not enough.
What a bold call there from Gio at the end of it all.
Whew.
Terra on the Flutter Mane was such a big threat. He even saved that powered Shadow Ball to make sure
Good
he could
God, that was a stressful fucking set, dude.
ensure the cleanup
Where's my mouse cursor?
leeway from the Chi Yu as long as it
It connects,
connected.
that's right. we were so caught up in the moment, but of course, if you use Chi Yu in competitive Pokemon, one of its biggest liabilities is that it is generally using moves that can't miss.
Gio was best player who had yet to win a major event. This was his first tournament win.
For a second there,
He earned it, dude. He fucking earned it.
absolutely not with Stellar Terra as well as Beads of Ruin. So many multipliers. Groudon is bulky, but it is not bulky enough. And Flutter Mane just ran away with the game. You're doing
I think that's the most intense set that I've ever fucking watched.
Congratulations to Gio, to Brute Bonnet, and to Koraidon for winning a World Championship. Let's head over to the stage to talk to our new World Champion.
Oh, are we doing like a bunch of different announces?
You have given us an incredible performance this weekend, making it the best World Championships yet.
Nice. A bit before
Of
this.
course, a deep thanks to all of our wonderful staff who have made this world such a special memory for us all.
This sounds like copyright hell, but so has this entire stream. So, I don't care.
Though our fate remains unknown, and these doubts, dark clouds in our minds, deep within something has grown, and that's how I know we'll always
Oh, oh.
We take unfolds. We will never lose our aim. On to greatness we will rise till the world is crying out our names. So step into the light tonight. Take your place among the stars. It's your right. It's time to show what lives inside. In the heart of a hero, a flame burns ever long. In the heart of a hero lies the will to carry on. Unbreakable, unbreakable.
I imagine this was a lot cooler in person. I'm not gonna lie, performances like this over a live stream like this don't really do it for me. I mean, she sings pretty well. Don't get me wrong. But just performances like this are not my favorite thing over a stream. Oh, yeah. Oh, I get that. That part's really cool.
Beats within us all.
The hell are these like finishing poses that the backup dancers are doing? What the fuck?
Tell me if we had to start from the beginning once again, would it be worth it? Retrace every single step that led us to this very moment, would you do it? Every high and every low, knowing just where the path would go.
Something about these little cheesy montages like always make me like grin stupidly. I forgot about the Maridon bike. Hey. Hold on a minute. Okay, no, that's not who I thought it was. Do I recognize anybody here? Nope. Jesse and James.
and every scar, every wish upon a star, built the strength to chase the sun. We faced our fears, refused to run from humble stars to dreams of glory. High, now our names echo across the sky. It's our time. It's our time. Yeah. It's our time, and we're living it up. You know we came so far, never gave it up. Yeah. Now take a look at us. Finally, it's our time. Living it up. You know we came so far, never gave it up. Yeah. Now take a look at us. Finally, it's our time.
We're in the final hour.
What incredible performance. All of it were that.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine.
Thank you to the Pokemon here solving the ballroom. Grow up together. God, seasons between the train.
Is it just me or does he look like he got old? Like I feel like he didn't look that old back in February during the presents.
You have given us an incredible performance this weekend, making it the best World Championships yet.
True.
And of course, a deep thanks to all of our wonderful staff who have made this world such a special memory for us all.
Looking at the crowd, see if I spot anybody I know. I don't.
And with that, now I would like to share some of the latest news for our Pokemon games with you all. Please take a look at this.
That looks like Pokemon Go. Yes. Suddenly care a lot less. Because I'm about Go.
アナハイムいらっしゃる皆さんには特別なプレゼントを準備しました。この閉会式が終わった後、アナハイムには無限ダイナが現れ、世界で初めて無限ダイマックスバトルができるようになります。
So as a special treat for everyone who is here in person, Eternatus will be appearing in the Anaheim area immediately after these ceremonies are concluded. And
Good shit.
first, you'll be among the first in the world to be able to try an Eternamax battle.
無限ダイナをポケモン GO で捕まえるチャンスなので、ぜひ他のトレーナーの皆さんと一緒にチャレンジしてみてください。
So please team up with your fellow trainers and try to catch Eternatus in Pokemon Go.
次にポケモントレーディングカードゲームポケットの最新情報をお伝えします。
Next, let's take a look at the latest news for Pokemon trading card game Pocket.
Didn't that have, like, either stolen or AI art or something? I vaguely remember that being a thing. Pokemon Company gave fan art to the illustrator they commissioned as this material. Oh, that's what it was. The illustrator ended up tracing said reference. Gotcha.
またポケモンユナイトは4周年を迎えました。こちらの映像をご覧ください。Pokemon Unite just celebrated its 4th anniversary. Let's see what's coming next.
Fourth anniversary. Jesus, that game is old. Biplop. Hell yeah. We love Sinnoh in this house. They were transparent and said it was their bad. At least they were honest about it.
We plan to introduce many more Pokemon and more updates to Pokemon Unite in the future, so please look forward to it.
続いてはポケモンカードゲームの最新情報をお知らせしたいと思います。こちらをご覧ください。
Next up, I'd like to share the latest news about the Pokemon trading card game with you all. Please take a look.
Neat. Even the new ones, huh?
新たなメガ進化 EX の登場でさらなる盛り上がりを見せるポケモンカードゲームを楽しみにしてください。
With the release of these new Mega Evolution EX cards, the Pokemon TCG is going to be more exciting than ever.
次に2つの映像をお見せしたいと思います。
Next, I would like to show you 2 videos in a row.
Pokemon Legends ZA introduces link battles in a whole new style. Get ready for intense 4-player mayhem.
Okay.
In the ZA Battle Club. The time limit is 3 minutes. The trainer who defeats the most Pokemon will be the winner. The match has begun. At the start of the match, you can play it safe, go on the offensive, or collect items to power up with. Who knows where things will stand in 3 minutes? Here, Talonflame takes aim and strikes with Brave Bird, but it's blocked by the Steadfast Shield to protect. Gyarados quickly counters with Waterfall. It's super effective. Talonflame goes down. The trainer who defeated it earns 1 point. But there's no time to relax. Ampharos Mega evolves and immediately fires off Thunderbolt.
Okay.
Gyarados has fainted. When your Pokemon faints, you can still rally and dive back in. This is still anyone's game. These trainers are back on their feet. They decide to switch out their Pokemon. 1.5 minutes left. We're halfway through. Mega
I mean, this seems like fun, like once or twice, but maybe not like a long-term thing.
The trainer changes Pokemon again and presses on. 10 seconds left on the clock. And this trainer's full up on Mega power. Dragonite Mega evolves. And it unleashes a raging Draco Meteor. That's all 3 opponents down. A huge upset in the final 10 seconds. Dragonite's trainer takes a clear victory. These furious 4-player battles await you in Pokemon Legends ZA, available to pre-order now.
Here's a new game for you for next year. Take a shot every time you see a clip of Wolfie. Your liver will hate you. Also, shout out to Pokemon Champions. It looks like it's gonna be so good. They even added more info to the Champions website after this video. Nice! I might actually go look at that right now.
ポケモンレジェンズ Z-A はポケットモンスターシリーズの最新作で最大4人のプレイヤーとリアルタイムのオンラインバトルができます。
Pokemon Legends ZA is the latest entry in the main series Pokemon video game, with new real-time online battles up to 4 players.
ポケモンチャンピオンズはポケモンならではのファン性バトルに焦点を当てた2026年の世界大会ビデオゲーム部門で使われるタイトルです。
And Pokemon Champions focuses on traditional turn-based battles that we all know and love with Pokemon video games, and it will be the gameplay of the video game category at Pokemon World Championships 2026.
Okay, I kind of suspected that. But having confirmation that VGC going forward is going to be in Champions is actually very good.
メガ進化を存分に楽しむことができる2つのゲームをぜひ楽しみにしてください。
I hope you look forward to fully enjoying Mega Evolution in both of these upcoming titles.
さて、アナハイムで皆さんと一緒に過ごす時間は終わりに近づいてきましたが、来年のサンフランシスコはこれまでの世界大会がさらに大きく進化するイベントとなります。こちらをご覧ください。
Our time here in Anaheim is coming to a close, and now we look towards San Francisco next year, where we will see another big evolution in this event. Please take a look.
The fact that his headphones are playing the original Pokemon theme. Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to afford passes, but I really would love to go to that.
来年ポケモン XP と世界大会が同時に開催されるサンフランシスコでお会いできるのを楽しみにしています。
We will see you all again next year in San Francisco when Pokemon XP joins the Pokemon World Championships.
皆さんありがとうございました。
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, shit's getting way too fucking expensive.
Come up how I learned the game. Every challenge that I faced, how I earned the name. No bold, but and when I found
Exciting. Pokemon Champions. Website. Let's see. What do you got? Pokemon Champions Arise 2026. You'll be able to bring in Pokemon from home. Look forward to cross. Yeah. Be the VGC software used for Worlds 26. Knew that. He just said that. Note, in certain regions, Scarlet and Violet may be used for Champion Series events, meaning they haven't been able to get it. They probably haven't been able to get it rated for every region, and so some regions might need to use Scarlet and Violet. That's interesting. You can get Pokemon in Champions. That's, I feel like, hmm. Or that's probably the more likely thing. So this is the EV and IV training, I'm assuming? Or EV training and picking your IVs and shit? Because I do vaguely remember reading that you'll be able to... I love the fact that it like, private battles. Perfect. We don't know about IVs. Okay. Okay. My knee. This tells me that most of the megas introduced in ZA will be in Champions, if not all of them. The PTSD flashbacks. Big Six. I like Pokemon is really always like good with the girl. The guy is always like a fucking coin flip. I hate this. She's good. He's ugly as shit. The Omni Ring. I see the Zeke. I see the Mega. I think that's the Terra. Okay. So, in my mind, Champions is like the official, like, response to Showdown. So I imagine this should let you do like 1 Mega per battle, plus 1 Z move per battle, plus 1 Terra per battle. At least I'm hoping that's what it is. Because that's what makes the most sense to me. I don't know, I could be wrong. Either way, the game looks really good. I just hope they don't go through rule sets so quickly that they will need to be... Yeah, that would be really bad. You know, I opened these 2 tabs yesterday before stream, and I have no idea what the fuck they are. Scarlet Violet has recycled 2... Dude... Scarlet Violet hasn't even been out that long, right?
You should never jailbreak or hack your console. I mean, not only is it morally wrong and the gaming companies don't want you to do it at all, but I mean, you can literally own any game you want and actually truly own it without having to have an internet connection to run the game, without having to just own a license that says you own the game, and you can launch it up at any given moment. Especially when there's games out there that are extremely hard to find nowadays, and if you do find them, they're extremely overpriced. And then you
Oh, it actually went down.
You also have the ability to mod your game. Why would you want to do that and have so much fun? Why you should never jail.
Yeah, so this in particular is a special like release of it that is one of those fancy GameCube 2-disc in one case thing, where the top one is the game and the bottom one is the bonus disc. I bought it for $600. It has gone over 1,000 multiple times since I've had it. Yeah. I never said I make good financial decisions. I guess we're going through my game collection again. Sadly, your family growing up trashed game cases. The cases we took care of. The cardboard, not so much. And if anything has a cost of it that's like N64 or newer, that means I bought it in adulthood, most likely. Like this was one of the first things I bought when I got my first job. But even then, at the time, it was going for $200. I'm just gonna let this slow scroll. If you see anything that you want me to like address, just let me just shout it out and I'll go back to it. All of the Pokemon games except for Green, Crystal, Gold, and one or two others. They gave you disc cases to put games in. Oh, like a little CD, like the CD thing that you stack the CDs on top of each other with a little hole in the middle. Oh, the booklet ones. Oh, I hate the booklet ones. Not that I like the little like CD stand thing either, but like, God, the booklet ones, they hurt. They hurt my soul. God, they hurt my soul. Honestly, I would rather this over the fucking little CD booklet thing. I forgot that this is auto-scrolling, and I went to grab my thing. I paid $30 for my replacement Pokewalker. It's going for 65, 66 now. Jesus. Oh, that went down. That hurts. I paid 80 for Ocarina of Time plus Master Quest. It's going for 62 now. Pokewalkers were not treated. So, I got mine new with my copy of Soul Silver back in the day. I have no idea what happened to my original Pokewalker. So, at some point, I wanted to replay the game, and I tried to find my Pokewalker and couldn't, so I was like, Fuck it. How much are they going for? 20 bucks? 25 bucks? Cool. Next paycheck, I'll get it. Went up to 30. Fuck it. 30 is still acceptable. Spill clip back they had is awful. I believe that. I wholeheartedly believe that. It at one point I wore my Pokewalker to work because 10,000 steps, that's easy experience, first off. But then also, I wanted to see if I could, and if anybody would care. Nobody cared. So I ended up wearing it a couple days, and then I was like, screw this, it doesn't sit right. So I was like, fuck it. Then the battery died. And then I never replaced the battery. Probably should do that. I don't think there are any Pokemon on there, but better safe than sorry, you know? Alright, hang on. I need to minimize that so I could see the timer on OBS. Ah, yes. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's a Furry. One of my favorite Wii U ports to the Switch. 20 bucks for Ow the Edge. $6 for Pikmin 3 Deluxe. 13 for Mario and Luigi Brotherhood. I do get some good deals for what it's worth, but some of these games are just that expensive. Oh, that's right. I should look at that. You. Pre-game, Trick Room, Glassy Terrain, Electric Terrain. Very cool special effects for World's Finals. Okay, so what is... Oh, that's really cool. This is the pre-game, I'm guessing. Oh, that's Electric Terrain. Oh, wait. The inside. Grassy Terrain. Oh. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. I love it so much. Dude, that's so fucking cool. Dude, I really wish I could, like, get a ticket for some, not tomorrow, next year. Because I would love to go to one of these in person. Because it always seems like it's so fun. A stat for the 24 hours. Oh, yeah. That's really funny. Alright, my friends. You should start coming back any second now. I just want to highlight this one response. Just this one response got me. Like, I started scrolling through the responses, and this one made me laugh. Thank God Kyogre didn't get to the finals. Might have been a problem. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a little bit before I do another 24-hour stream. But this was fun. Why is Vegito trending? Problems for later. Yeah. A little bit. A little bit. Unfortunately, I do have another thing to be up for 24 hours for in like a month. You know Steven. Extra Life. The Patreon Discord watches it together. We don't like get in call or anything, but we like hang out. and screenshot shit and the like. Steven George Extra Life. Oh, he updated. In support of McLeod Children's Hospital, we'll be playing video games all day on Twitch on October 4th, 2025, starting at noon Eastern. So we're playing N64, GameCube, Wii, and Wii U games. When you donate, please choose Add a Message and include the name of a single game. You can find a full list available in the games list, link above. Donations without messages will go towards the roulette. If you have multiple games you'd like to donate towards, please do each of them as separate donations. This helps us immensely. The game with the highest total is played for 30 minutes. The usual shit. One game per donation, specific game, reading donations, avoid music. Yes! That's not uncommon for Steven. This is a classic. I've never heard of this. God damn it, Dan. Yes, Dan. What the fuck is this, Chaz? This one makes sense, though. Duck Dodger starring Daffy Duck. Oh, Jeff, come on. Mischief Makers. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. Swingers Golf. Solitaire and Mahjong. Brandon, what? Wait, is Josh gonna be there? Oh, Juliet's gonna be there. Ooh, Juliet with the deep pull. That's a good game, though. But yeah, Patreon Discord. We watch the things. Was it? I don't think there was a. Oh, I don't know if Roland is gonna be there this year. He usually isn't, but he usually does suggest some games. I think... Oh, what did he suggest last year? I forget. I know he's, like, suggested games even though he's not been there. And the Discord also, like, picks out a, really? No comment telling me what the songs are? I have no idea. You know what? It tells me it has the text on screen when it first starts. What was I saying? Oh, right, the Discord usually picks a game to, like, try to push for, which is always fun. That's how we got games like Elebits and, several of the Elmo games. But yeah, definitely a fun time. Let's see, any other fun games to talk about? Oh yeah, the GBA videos. Those are a headache to try to collect. Because there's like very little documentation on them. I think the Wikipedia article for it has the complete list, I think. At the very least, I've seen pictures of most of them. They sound bad, by the way? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, remember they're made for a Game Boy Advance. So the compression is, like, terrible. Like, real bad. Especially the movie ones, because that's, like, even more stuff to be compressed. I'm sorry. Correct. You know what they don't... You know what they do work for, though? I don't have it in here. I am sharing my screen. I can just show you. I have one of these, which basically gives you a Game Boy slot for your computer via USB-C. Which is really helpful. Because not only can you, like, use it to, like, test games on cartridge, but then you can also check for counterfeit, which is the reason I got it. Yes! Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. Everything. And it does let you back them up, and your saves, and it's only $50 US, so which is not the worst thing. I got it back when it first released, and it's been great, especially for like checking, like I said, for checking for counterfeits, because you know, I have a lot of games. I like to make sure that my games are good. I mean, sets. Set. I have 4 Game Boy, 41 Game Boy Advance, so that's 45, and 10, so 55 of the 3 together. So, definitely very good to have a way to check that they're like legit. And apparently it lets you use the Game Boy camera for some reason? I mean, sure, if that's what you want to do. Yes. Transfer those 16 kilopixels pics from your Game Boy camera to your PC in just a few clicks. Why would you want to do this? Who the fuck knows? But if that's what you want, you could do it, I guess. And this is also very helpful, backing up your saves for while you replace your battery, especially for Pokemon. Oh boy. But yeah, you can see here in the screenshot of the program, it has a little thing that says it's an official cartridge. Yeah. Well, Gen 3 to an extent as well. It's not the full save file, but at the very least, Ruby and Sapphire, I think Emerald as well, but definitely Ruby and Sapphire, still had a battery for, like, running the clock. Thankfully for Gen 4, they were able to make it be just the system time. Ooh, our uptime is about to hit 24 hours. Because I started the stream 10 minutes-ish before I was, like, going. But yeah, I really like the operator here. If you want me to shoot you a link, let me know. That way you can look into it for yourself. I really want to know what this is. Okay. I like this. I would really hate if this is AI, but this does sound pretty good. Yep, that's disappointing. Let's see. I'm just trying to kill those last few minutes for my on-screen timer to run out. Sure, let's go with this.
Diamond and Pearl are constantly criticized for how
One
slow
last
they are.
react.
It's easily the biggest complaint that these games receive. Platinum and Heart Gold Soul Silver sped things up, but not by a huge amount.
By
Outside
enough,
of the
though.
speed issues, these games are genuinely my favorites in the series. So is there anything that we can do about it? Emulators, ROM hacks, and even action replays can easily solve the speed issue. But what about real, authentic cartridges on a regular DS system? Can we speed these games up? And
Where there's a will, there's a way.
It turns out that the answer is yes. Well, Nintendo might still be a little upset. A few years ago, ACE, or Arbitrary Code Execution, was figured out for the Generation 4 Pokemon games. By performing various glitches, you can unlock the ability to do basically anything you want. So, I decided to investigate how we could use ACE to speed up these games on real consoles and cartridges. And the results were good, almost too good. Here's a taste of how fast I was able to go. In this video, I'll explain ACE, how I used it to go fast, and how you too can speed up your Generation 4 gameplay. Let's get into it.
Okay, my guy.
ACE, or Arbitrary Code Execution, is a type of exploit that allows you to execute custom code. You've probably heard of it before in games like Paper Mario,
I remember
Ocarina
this.
of Time, or just older Pokemon games, but it's a super powerful tool with nearly limitless possibilities. It was discovered in the Generation 4 Pokemon games by a group of glitch hunters back in 2021. Currently, we have ACE setups for Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. ACE is possible in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, we just don't have a setup for it yet.
Makes
If
sense.
you want to learn more about the discovery and how it all works, I linked Retire's amazing video on the subject in the description. Setting up ACE does require some effort, but the setup improved significantly just a few months ago. If you've seen Gen 4 ACE videos before, you're probably familiar with the old setup that involved catching up to Tuna, then entering it into the Hall of Fame 28 times. This is obviously tedious and time-consuming, so
Yes.
Retire came up with a new setup that doesn't have to do this and is about 2 hours faster.
Good.
I won't go through it in this video to keep things brief, but I linked Retire's detailed guide in the description. Once ACE is set up, codes are input using the .artist Poketch app. We use Retire's script converter website to figure out what dots to put to get the outcomes we want. For example, let's say we want to add a level 100 fortress to our party. We can go on the site, make a script that calls the add Pokemon command and tell it we want a fortress that's level 100, then we copy the .artist display on the right side to our game's Poketch. Hugely important tip, be sure to quadruple check you copied the code correctly because some codes get very long and it's easy to mess things up.
Yeah.
From there, you enter and exit the Pokemon menu, then activate the script by talking to the appropriate NPC. In Diamond and Pearl, this would be the Postman, and in Platinum, this would be the Pokemart Cashier. And boom, you got a level 100 copy of the best Johto Pokemon.
Nice.
It's important to note here that we're really doing arbitrary script execution. All these commands are built into the game, we're just activating them with specific parameters. Now that you know the Ace X, sorry, that was terrible. Let's just, if we want to speed things up, we need to rewrite the game's code. And fortunately, we can easily do this using the game's built-in commands. Using the load address value command, we can override values at specific addresses in memory. If we override the right addresses, we can potentially change how fast things happen in-game. But before we can figure out what we are writing to memory and where, we need to think about the factors that make Gen 4 slow. Okay, what are the biggest speed issues with Gen 4? Let's start with the obvious one. HP bars suck in Gen 4. They are horrendously slow once you get to the high levels. This is because battles run at 30 FPS and HP ticks down once per frame. So if a Pokemon has 600 HP and gets one shot, it'll take 20 seconds to tick down to 0. So any way that we can speed this up and avoid the Blissey torture chamber would be great. Text is another roadblock in our quest to go fast. Text prints super slowly and battle animations don't start until text finishes printing. Even with animations off, abilities like Intimidate print about 2 seconds worth of text every single time you activate it in battle. This really adds up. To further illustrate my point, I did a Pokemon Platinum speedrun with an instant text mod. This run wasn't amazing, but it didn't matter. Going from the fast text speed to instant text was enough to save almost 40 minutes compared to my personal best. This is the result of both battles and general dialogue going way faster. Clearly, instant text is a massive deal in these games. Game speed outside of battles is generally fine, ignoring some frame drops in places like Veilstone City or Route 212 when it's raining. Text is probably the most important thing to speed up outside of battles, but once you beat the game, there aren't really long cutscenes. In order to make the game feel faster, we want to speed up text, battles, and health bars. And again, I want to do this on a real cartridge without hacking or modding. So how do we accomplish this with Ace? Like I said, we need to rewrite the game's code, but this is tricky. How do we know what to rewrite, and where's the code we want to
God,
rewrite?
I hate Diamond and Pearl fucking Veilstone Gym.
Concept, at least. It turns out, action replay codes solved the game speed problem years ago. I did some searching and found codes that speed up the game significantly. You're probably thinking, Etchy, what are you doing? You just said you wanted to go fast without things like action replays. And you're right, but hear me out. If you watch my video on the Ace Trainer Shoko glitch, you might remember me explaining that action replays simply change values at addresses in memory. So, by using the built-in command to change values in memory, we can achieve the exact same effect as some action replay codes, all on an unmodified, real cartridge just by utilizing glitches. I converted tons of different action replay codes that speed up gameplay into Ace codes, but as expected, most of them are super buggy. For example, this one makes your walk speed the same as the bicycle, which is a great way to move quickly in buildings. Sadly, if you try to surf after activating it, you get stuck in surf mode and things get goofy. Ultimately, the most useful codes I found that actually work are codes for instant text, instant health bars, and uncapped frame rate. Let's start with the most impactful one. This isn't a new cheat or hack, it was posted by Lunos all the way back in 2016. This original post explains how to edit the ROM file to uncap the frame rate. I later found Dark Bowser 64's video that showcases this hack, and critically, had action replay codes in the description that provided the same effect. These are the codes I ended up converting into Ace scripts. By activating this code in Diamond or Pearl, we uncap the frame rate and dramatically speed things up. This is also a great code to illustrate how I translated it into Ace in case you wanted to convert other codes yourself. Taking a look at this code, we are writing 0 to this address and 0 to this one. Using the load address value command with Ace, we can achieve this in 2 calls. First, we load this address with 0, then the next address. And that's the entire script. We just copy these codes into our Poketch and activate it. So what's the actual impact of uncapping our frame rate? Well, most things are faster. Speed is directly tied to FPS in these games. Movement is sped up in areas where minimal NPCs are loaded in, and battles are lightning fast. The main issue is that the frame rate is pretty variable outside of battles. I found this to be perfectly
fine.
fine for battle-heavy activities, but kind of annoying for moving around Sinnoh. The best part is that music isn't tied to frame rate, so music plays normally. The only issue that pops up is sound effects ending early since the game literally does not have time to play them out fully. I've actually been using this for weeks now on my Twitch streams to tackle the Battle Factory and Pokemon Platinum. It makes the Battle Frontier so much more enjoyable since it speeds up literally everything. Clearly, this code has a
Yeah, I
massive
can believe
impact
that.
on game speed. It speeds up battles, text, and health bars all in one, at the cost of also impacting things you might not want sped up, like movement. For instant text, I found this old code on tons of different websites. It changes the value of the game's message speed, the one that gets set in the options menu. The fast option corresponds to 2, and the code says that you can set it all the way to 8, which is blazingly fast. So I tried it, and yeah, this code does nothing. If you change the value to anything above 2, the game ignores it and treats it like the standard fast text speed.
Oh,
Trying
lame.
old action replay codes and discovering they did nothing was a recurring theme in my research. Fortunately, I did find an actual working instant text code. When converted into an ACE script, it works well, with one caveat that I'll discuss later. Text does indeed become instant, drastically speeding up battles and dialogue. While I was at the Pokemon World Championships, I actually activated the script after uncapping the frame rate when I was shiny hunting, and the result was getting 3 to 4 times more encounters than I normally would. While there is an existing action replay code to flat out remove the HP gauge animation, I wasn't able to convert it using ACE. The issue here is that this action replay code freezes an address that changes every time you enter battle. So if we tried this with ACE, we'd set the value in the Pokemart, enter a battle, then that value would immediately be changed. This doesn't mean it's impossible, it just requires more work and knowledge that I do not possess. Maybe someone smarter than me can figure it out. The good news is that the
Probably.
uncapped frame rate code naturally speeds up the health bars, since it speeds up literally everything.
Jeez.
Okay, so we have some concrete ways to drastically speed up real cartridges gameplay using
holy
arbitrary
shit.
code execution. What's the catch? Probably the biggest catch is that these ACE scripts are only good for your current session. When you turn off your DS, these speed up tricks go away and you'll have to reactivate the scripts once you start playing again.
I mean, that's
This
not
is a
terrible.
bigger deal for Platinum than it is for Diamond and Pearl. In Diamond and Pearl, you can access ACE whenever you enter a Pokemart, but Platinum's a bit more restricted. Once you leave Platinum's Pokemart, you have to reset up ACE with the Wonder Card every time you want to activate.
Oh, that's lame.
At the very least, if you activate the script for uncapped frame rate, the effect will persist on soft reset. So you could delete your save, then do a fresh playthrough on maximum overdrive. And of course, you can simply leave your system on sleep mode if you want the effect to last. There is an action replay code by Reddit user The Year of Waluigi that only uncaps frame rate in battle, but this isn't simple to do with my ACE approach. Also, the instant text dot code is very long and easy to mess up, but the bigger issue is that it doesn't fully work for Diamond and Pearl. Once activated, you'll only have instant text in battles and not in regular dialogue. I'll work on a different version of this in the future, but the Platinum instant text script works everywhere just fine. Lastly, a big issue is that there is currently no accessible ACE setup for Heart Gold, Soul Silver. These games are faster than the Sinnoh games, so it's not the biggest loss, but it would still be nice to speed them up, especially in the Battle Frontier. So, to use these scripts on your own cartridges, first you'll need to set up ACE in Diamond or Pearl by following Retire's guide in the description. If you want to perform ACE on Platinum, you'll need to transfer your Diamond or Pearl ACE using the Wonder Card script on Retire's website. Basically, just search for Wonder Card ACE, then follow the instructions that come up when you click the Info button. Once you have ACE set up in your desired game, copy the appropriate dot code and activate it. I'm showing them on the screen now, but I'll also put up these scripts on my website, syndroruins.com, soon. Links for everything in the description.
Nice.
When people think of ACE in these older games, they typically think about things like instantly beating the game or programming games within the game. As a result, we don't really think about the smaller, more subtle things that can be done to improve your gameplay experience. What I showed in this video is just the proof of concept. The possibilities are endless. I really want faster health bars, so that's going to be what I work on next. I think my ideal setup for Platinum would be instant text and fast health bars with the regular frame rate. But the uncapped frame rate is still super clutch for Battle Factory runs. Also, as soon as we have an ACE setup for Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I'll be sure to update my site with scripts to activate these effects. I would
Awesome.
love to hear about other gameplay improvements you all would like to see achieved via arbitrary code execution. Maybe there's some easy tweaks that I can make that I didn't think about. I also want to know if you'll be giving any of these codes a shot. I know it's a lot of effort, but I think it's a really cool way to improve your experience playing the best gen. Before I end this video off with a showcase, I want to give a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. If you would also like to support my research and archiving efforts while also getting some bonus videos and articles, you can check me out at patreon.com/ecchi. Special shoutouts to Frorio, Mithra Was Taken, Verota, Fuzzy Hugs, Pastel Punk, Birder, and PSF for your support. To cap things off, I'll show a side-by-side comparison of a battle with Barry. On the left, we have regular old Diamond, and on the right, we have Diamond with instant text and uncapped FPS accomplished with Ace. That's going to be it for this video. Please subscribe if you enjoyed it. It really helps me out a lot. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
Jeez, the difference. The difference, man. It's crazy. We're already a few turns in on the fucking Ace one, but this is what, turn 1 on the normal? Christ almighty. If only this existed in 2009. I mean, technically it did, we just didn't know yet. Just saying. But God, the difference. I'm all for games getting Ace discoveries. Because that's always, like, fun. But that's like, oh my god. Something like this is amazing. Alright, I should start looking into seeing. Sit down and work on your personal project for Pokemon Home. Probably a good idea. Alright. Just the speed different. The fucking fast is already done. I looked away for a minute. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? What is your, what's your project for Pokemon Home? Half the team. It was half the team ahead. Jesus. Christ almighty. Then I'm getting a living dex on the discovery just can of Pokemon from Gen 1 and so on and so forth. Okay. Nice. That sounds fun. Alright. I should thank you for watching. It's been a long 24 hours, and it's about to end. So, thank you for watching. I don't know when I'm gonna do this again, but it was fun, and I would like to do another one sometime. Okay. I should have deleted this. Thank you for hanging out, whoever has been here today. It's been quite the blur. I'm gonna read you guys to rabbits / read rabbits. Thank you for watching. Wait. We're add to and then read. Thank you for hanging out. I'm gonna go feed the dogs. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna read you to rabbits. I wanted to do that, and then I was like, wait, there's an ad going on. I should wait till the ad is over. Let's try this again, shall we? I'm gonna feed the dogs, and then I'm gonna go to bed. A good night.
I know私たちも知ってた